political issues, most recent political issues at the front burner, with a view to finding result-oriented solutions as we bring in stakeholders to come as the topic demands. The program is also online if you join us at dbswarri.com on our social media platforms. We welcome you to today's edition, and in Nigeria we have 774 local governments with 25 Delta State having 25 of those 774 local government councils in Nigeria. Now, for quite a while now, this issue of administration at the local government level, which is expected to be the closest to the grassroots, to the citizens, is come under limelight. People have been giving their opinion as to the relevance of the local government system of administration in the country. And with the recent Electoral Act Amendments Bill, critics and analysts have said that kudos, if eventually the bill is assented to, kudos would go to those who are sponsored and assented if and only if the Independent National Electoral Commission is allowed to conduct the local government election in Nigeria. Today, we would be looking at the topic, the impact of local government administration in Nigeria on political arena. Christy Jahuayenuko, it's my name. Welcome. But first, we go to issues in the news roundup, where Karu is already waiting to take you through.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the news roundup segment of the program Political Arena. I am Ogene Karu of Uba. President Muhammadu Buhari has advocated renewed collaboration among West African leaders to overcome the myriad of common challenges, including state of insecurity facing the sub-region. This is just as the president of Ghana and chairman of the Economic West African State, ECOWAS, Nana Akufo-Addo, said only 2% of the entire population of the sub-region had been fully vaccinated against the COVID-19 pandemic. President Muhammadu Buhari made advocacy in his welcome address at the 60th session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, held at the Old Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. He noted that the sub-region had in recent times managed to stay afloat amidst a myriad of crises, which include the negative consequences of the socio-economic impact of COVID-19 pandemic, state of insecurity, which has claimed many lives and left millions displaced. The Nigerian leader, however, charged leaders of the sub-region to be ready to deliberately work together in the task of finding solutions to the challenges facing the sub-region. The senator representing the Niger East in the National Assembly, Sani Musa, has joined the race for the national chairmanship of the All Progressives Congress. Musa, who made it public his intention at the media briefing in Abuja, said the party needed re-engineering to meet the challenges ahead. According to him, the problems currently confronting the region, the party, were surmountable, adding that he had the experience and commitment to provide leadership in order to bring everyone on board. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Inyocha Anyu, has promised to return the party to the people as he takes over power as the national chairman of the party. Anyu made the promise in his acceptance speech after he was sworn in Abuja on Friday. He called for reinvigoration, reinvention, and repositioning of the party, noting that they have learned their lessons from past mistakes both in government and in opposition. PDP national chairman promised to rebuild the party and rescue the nation. He also promised to implement policies and programs that will return the party back to power come 2023. And that is the size of the news roundup. It's back to Christy Jahuayenuko.
All right, thank you, Caro. And of course, the program is still Political Arena, where we today will be torchlighting the impact of local government administration in Nigeria. That will be after this break. Just stay tuned. again, and welcome to the program Political Arena this Monday morning. You're welcome again. Okay, we told you earlier that we are x-raying the impact of local government administration in Nigeria. For quite a while now, this is one tier of administration that has been on the watch, under the binoculars of all. No thanks to the fact, perhaps, that it is the closest, or expected to be the closest level of government and governance to the grassroots or the citizen. But then, to what extent has this proximity of the local government tier and the people, been utilized? How impactful has this tier of government been on the people in areas of development, in areas of harnessing natural resources and human resources? And then, when we talk about the issue at the front burner right now, that's the Electoral Law Amendment Act, which, amongst many other things, seeks to look at issues of electronic transmission of election results, electronic voting, and then the people calling for the inclusion of the fact that the Independent National Electoral Commission should be made to conduct the local government elections, that's when we can have a quality representation that perhaps would impact more than what we have seen thus far. Welcome again. Now, to talk on this morning, we have in the house a comrade Francis Obule. He is the Managing Director, Fragbule Nigeria Limited. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, directors.
Joining him, we have Celestine. Celestine is of the Fresh Angle newspaper. Celestine, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, and good day to all our viewers.
All right, Celestine, should I start with you? He's a journalist, of course, and when we talk about the local government system of administration, quite a lot has been written about the system. And looking at 2023 just up ahead for general elections, the local government administration, when it comes to election into that year, it depends on which state is conducting what under the electoral commissions of the different states. How would you size the local government administration with regards to the elections, getting leaders? That's the chairman of local government thus far in Nigeria.
Yes, local government administration in Nigeria, it is the same ball game everywhere in the country, except Kaduna State, where they have already started their own independent election by deploying the card readers and the rest to be used by the commission, the Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission, to use it, which they have been using to conduct their various council elections so far for the past years. When it comes to issue of local government administration in terms of managing funds and the rest, the funds of local government resides under the control of purview of the governors across board, either APC or PDP. They are all the same thing in terms of running the 774 local government areas we have in Nigeria. So the only way, of course, the kind of call we support or are allude to would be that of INEC conducting local government elections in Nigeria, because when they do that, we have a more free and fair and credible election in the local government system of Nigeria. So far, what we have been seeing is it appointment or just selection of council chairman across board.
Okay.
Recently, the election was held in Ekiti State. The ruling party there, the APC, swept us or tsunamically took all the seats in the Ekiti State. That's the ruling party takes all except Kaduna State.
All right, thank you for that introduction. I come to you now, Comrade Francis Ubule. When we talk about, he mentioned the issue of funds and the fact that because it's in, it would be like what he said, that the local government administration is under the purview of the governors. To what extent would that hold be on the fact that it's another tier of government? It's supposed to be independent. Is it that relationship that has led to perhaps what people have complained about, lack of development in some of the local government areas, or like the chairman would say, zero allocation, and the fact that money is hardly enough to carry out any developmental issue project, especially given primary school teachers under the Comrade Obule.
Thank you very much. To me, I'm going to take it in a different view. In a different view, in the sense that this is not the first time we are having governors on board alongside with the various local governments. We discussed this issue on radio before now when I said that I am a product of the local government system. I was a contractor to Ethiop local government before Delta State was created in August 27, 1991. We have various contractors running to local government to do business. And of course, why are they going there? They are going there because they are job for them to do. They also have the city governor as at them. So my own take is that the local government system is supposed to be the government of the people, the closest government to the people. Because everybody cannot go to Asaba. Everybody cannot go to Abuja. So if you cannot go to Abuja, you go to your state. If you cannot go to your state, you go to your local government. But something went wrong. Something went wrong. Because from 1999 to 2007, thereabout, they were local governments and they are all working. They paid their staff, they built house, primary health centers, they also tie roads. I mentioned Mike Otire, who did Meridian. There are so many roads he did there. Even if you go to Ovioria, there's a primary health center there, built by one Shivio Gesekre. They were even lock up shops. They do other, they do borehole, they do this well used pump to do. This pumping you use hand to
popularly
make,
called jack pump.
There are so many things local government normally do. But today, you will see a local government chairman, he will say zero allocation, zero allocation. Why are you still there? I want to also tell you something again. In that time, they have local government, they use only one particular vehicle. A local government chairman cannot use a jeep as an official vehicle. Or the local government chairman cannot use a backup vehicle apart from one policeman that will guide you. Today you see fleet of cars going alongside with the local government chairman. I think what I would take there is corruption. It is not because the governor is hijacking the power from them. No. It is not because the fund is not being released to them. No. Something went wrong. Recently in Rivers State, local government chairman commissioned some projects and they are still doing more. There's other local government again which they showed on the AIT. They also commissioned a lot of projects. Local government is supposed to be the one in charge of drainage. Local government is supposed to be in charge of these waste disposals. There are a lot of things they do. Why are they not doing it? They have bylaw for them to generate money for themselves. What are they doing with the money? So you can't tell me that local government does not have money, they are operating on zero allocation. I will not agree with you because I am a product of local government. I registered with Ethiop as at then, before it was created from Ethiop, from Bedes, the Delta State was created. We now have Ethiop East and West. I'm also a contractor to Ethiop East. I'm also a contractor to Ugeli South. Chief Patrick Fobia is still alive. He was the first local government chairman in Ugeli South. Go to local government, go to Ugeli South and see if Fobia did not do any project there.
Comrade Obule, between that era you're talking about and now,
so
so much has happened.
Between 1999 to 2007, it was between 2007 and 2015 we started seeing all these things because they now begin to operate on administration, which they call it critical committee. So when you appoint a critical committee, just like what is happening in NDDC today, a nice state is being controlled by one man. What do you expect from them? Nothing. So the local government system is there to empower the local government, the local. So that from that day when they set up.
But we don't have critical committees right now.
No, they borrowed from that critical committee to see that, so that when they borrow the administration of critical committee, they use it to operate as a chairman now. They will not tell you zero allocation, just pay salary and go home. But if you go behind, there is something. They can use it to do well. Look at some of the bad spots we are having in Warri.
Okay.
Can local government not do it? Look at the bad spots we have recently. Some local government did some bad spots that roundabout there. Where did they get the money from?
Okay.
So they should be doing something.
So
they
this
should
corruption
not hide under the umbrella of zero allocation. If you know that it's zero allocation, don't go there. Let someone that will go there and do something for us, because you have your money before you go there.
Thank you very much. And if you're just joining us, it's a political arena, and of course we're touchlighting the impact of local government administration in Nigeria. Corruption is the bane of the challenge we're having at this system. That's what Comrade Obule has said. For you, you initially posited that it's the control that the governors weighed over the chairman that is resulting to this, but he has enumerated quite a number of issues that I guess you want to react to. I mean, if we take just sanitation, because he talked about fixing of roads, there are grades of roads that local governments could be involved in ameliorating or rehabilitating. But let's pick sanitation, for instance, Celestine, Comrade Duka, Celestine. When we look at from the markets, even the village markets, up onto the urban areas, for sanitation days, those Saturdays that are sanitation days, even up onto those Saturdays, we see the pockets of dirt. In fact, people are saying that the whole place is dirty. There is hardly any sanitation work ongoing. And even when they do for those sanitation days, the PSPs that ought to evacuate the refuse generated, more or less, you see the refuse going back to the gutters for the next sanitation. You know, you think that beyond corruption, which he says is what is happening, you think it is the governors that have led to these abnormalities?
Yes, you know, in Nigeria, it is the treasury of Nigeria is just open. Anybody who is holding public office can just dip their hands or their legs, whatever means they can, to pull out those monies.
What do you mean?
The treasury of Nigeria is open. A lot of people occupying public office.
Don't forget, we are running this administration of His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari is running the treasury single account system. It is a window, it's more or less a mirror system that is meant to touchlight every leakage or conduit air pipe through which leakages are going out. So what do you mean?
You see, you said treasury single account, TSA. Is it not Nigerians that are handling those offices? The spirit of corruption is roaming everywhere in Nigeria, in the lives of Nigerians. That's the fact. Recently, I don't want to debate, but because of this, let me say this. About 60 billion naira, they were withdrawn from accounts from the northern state of Nigeria. 60 billion. EFCC is on that issue. So that's why I say the treasury of Nigerian public service is open for us. So people can just access funds and do whatever they want to do.
And not work.
And of course, thank God that we have anti-graft agency that is monitoring the situation. Now back to the issue we are discussing.
Corruption.
The issue of corruption. Of course, we cannot rule corruption out from the local government administration of Nigeria, because so many things we see there, a lot of things like what Comrade has said, that as a local government chairman, you are not supposed to be moving with fleets of cars, having backup and the rest. That is uncalled for. Those are the corruption in the system. Now they talk about zero allocation. The governors cannot be ruled out of this whole thing, because the governors are the one controlling the funds that comes to the local government. That is the fact. The governors in Nigeria, they are the one controlling the funds that come to the local government.
How is that, given that this when the allocation is shared by FAC monthly, month in, month out, we get to see what accrued to the state as different from what goes to the local government? So get us clear on
yes,
this.
you see what comes to the state, but you don't see what goes to the local government.
But it is spelled out.
It's better where? Why is it that they can, if they are transparent or if they are sincere?
Because if it is the governors that are in control, like you're saying,
yes,
one would expect that right from the FAC meetings, they will say there is a measure between the state and the local government, and then they give a figure. But here we have a clear-cut demarcation between what goes to the state and what goes to local governments.
No, that is where they are doing the more you look, the less you see. What comes to the state is very clear because of the Federation Allocation Account Committee, the FAC. They will tell you 3 tiers of government. Of course, which is the federal government, the state government, and the local government.
Yeah.
Now they will tell you about, during the sharing, they will spell it out there, good. But what comes to each of the states? Why is it that the various states cannot announce to their people that this is what has come to the state? They don't do that. That is where the
But it is there. It is very there in the open.
No, it is not open now. How many times have we heard about the state government tell us the so billions came to the state for local government, and these 25 councils in the state, they have shared it? We only hear about that in some states. For instance, as a journalist, I follow what is happening, and I believe what I'm saying they are facts. Edo State used to tell us in this month we received about 3.5 billion for the, I think, 17 local government in the state, and how it is being shared, you hear it. But so many states don't tell you. In fact, so many states don't even have elected council chairmen, talk less of to have the nerve to go and ask questions, ask the governor questions. They can't do that. So many states, we must thank God that we have elected council chairmen in the state, but that is not enough. They should be telling us what has come to each of the councils in the state. They are not telling us. That is where the corruption lies. Now you talk about
so if, for instance, Celestine, if, for instance, local government, RBC, you know, chairmen come together and they see that, look, we don't have money for development, or we can hardly pay salaries and all of that, or we pay salaries and there's very little left for sanitation, for instance. You think that someone is there guarding them, making sure that they do not talk, and then the people who it's presumably will see elected them will be demanding for participation and action. I mean, for results. What have you done? What haven't you done? And you think that there is a kind of silent code there, that they're not talking?
Yes, they are not talking because they cannot even talk. The only people who can talk are just the few that is having that nerve at the National Assembly, that will see a lot of drama that they play, will say, oh, I like this man, he can talk. He can
so if it is so unattractive, knowing very well from your viewpoint that everyone is saying, I mean, there are people residing in the local government, yet people vie in 3 years, 4 years in for these elections at the local government council. Why are people still signifying interest? There are people still doing all they have to, hook or crook, to ensure that they go into the local government council, knowing that there is nothing there.
They will tell you nothing there, but look at their...
No, that's what you're saying, that it's with the governors. So what are they going there for?
The aspect of the governors is the aspect of the fund.
Yeah, so
the fund, what we're having challenge of local government is the JAC, that joint accounts allocation committee, the JAC, from the local government, when the money lands from the federation accounts to the state, where we're having challenge of corruption or issue of challenges, is the aspect of JAC, whereby they will go to JAC, the various governors in Nigeria will tell them, this month I'm giving you 50 million just to go and pay your salaries, and pay salaries, that's all. If you watch the mandate that has been given to the council chairman, I think it's environmental sanitation, peace and security and empowerment. Is there any area of development there? Any area of infrastructure? It is not there. But in this same country,
how can you get an effective, impactful environmental sanitation if you do not develop the markets, the roads that are leading to these places? If the refuse is, you see, Celestine, precisely the question is, since it is so unattractive, it is, from your view, unknown that, look, whether it's JAC or from FAC, nothing goes to the local government. Why are people still going there?
No, not that nothing goes to the local government. What the governors give to,
they are the ones that control what goes there.
Yes, they control the money that goes to the council.
So
that is the essence of JAC.
All right.
JAC is constitutional, because the only way for us to get out of this mess we're into, for this local government administration in Nigeria, is to have amendments in the constitution, so that local government can be autonomous. If they are not the problem or the challenge of local government, why is it that they are against autonomy of local government? The governors are the one killing local government administration in Nigeria, because they are against the autonomy of local government.
All right.
We talk about INEC being autonomous, legislature, we have judiciary. Why is it that they are not talking about local government administration? I'll
come to you, Comrade Francis Obule, because of time, Celestine. Let's come to you. The Electoral Act Amendment Bill is the one that is very fresh and at the burner right now. And Nigerians are sitting or standing at Kimbo waiting for that almighty presidential assent. Now, the critics who have, analysts have said that, look, the most interesting part and impactful on local government administration would be for Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct local government election. that would be the kind of autonomy we're looking at. But the cries we have heard over the years is financial autonomy. You know, do you think there is lack of substance in what Celestine is saying, given that we saw the judiciary workers when they went on strike because of this same autonomy, and eventually they had their way in most of the states. So for these local governments to properly function and impact, you have identified yourself that things are not happening, only you decided to pick some years that it's not been so from the beginning. So what do you think has led to the sorry state some of these local government councils are in right now?
Well, to me, like I said earlier,
beyond corruption.
Yes, this corruption, because a local government chairman who is building a house above his capacity, where did he got the money from?
When you say capacity, what do you mean?
See, like I told you, I am a product of a local government. I will not hide it from you. Even if the governor restricts them from getting what they want, the little one they are having, what are they doing with it?
IGR.
Recently, I went to a particular local government. The chairman was in the office. There was no light. And there's a big generator set in that council. Was told there to buy just 25 liters of diesel so that they can power the local
Did
government.
you ask that question?
I will not bother to ask because
Why?
It is painful.
Because when you don't demand for answers.
Listen, let me tell you, if you want me to, I will mention, even after to open local government, I've said it before. You see, this thing, let us not deceive ourselves. The local government system, it is because the people refuse to work. Like to ask him a simple question. Why are they still going there? If you know it's a zero allocation, if you know you cannot function well, why are you still going there? During the last election, those who were supposed to be there for maybe one tenure, they cried out to the governor, we want to go back for second tenure. You are going there to sit there and sign whatever you want to yourself. You just go out, do your business. That is how it is. So whether they give them financial autonomy or not, what we are seeing now, the corruption in this country has eaten deep into even our great grandchildren.
So let's look at the way
fall into this corruption.
Let's look at the way out because of
it
time.
is the mindset of the people. You must come out to say, if you promise your people this is what you will do, go and do it for them. And we have a lot of local government chairman who made a promise during the last election. One, they have not done.
When we talk about promises, Comrade Obule, right from the federal, it trickles down. There are promises that some political parties promise that nothing had been done since those campaigns. But my question to you as we move on now, looking at solutions, is monitoring. You see, some time ago, they were able to pick on states where from the Paris Fund to other AIDS monies went to, and what has not been done, what has been done. For this local government system of administration now, what type of monitoring internally at state level do you think can work to produce impact in the face of corruption you have identified, Comrade Obule?
It's sincerity. Sincerity in the sense that, I will use one simple example. This mosquito net they shared the other time. There is no village you go, you will not see one of that mosquito net. It was free. They gave it to everybody, even as far to my mother in the village have it.
So why did you think it went free?
Why can't they do the same? If government give you something, you are like, you are holding this position based on trust. Why can't you do the same? Why can't you go to you have councillors. Do you know that today councillors cannot even drill borehole? They have what they call consequence project. Look, my sister, I will tell you the truth. In those days, councillor can grade road from this. You
don't think that the financial economic crunch?
Okay, do we have more money now than that time? We have more money now than that time. We have more money now in the local government system than that time. We discussed with one local government chairman the other day, and he said, yes, the salary is taking 70 million. This one. Okay. After getting your salary, what of your eternal generation revenue? IGR. What I do with it? No, I can't. All these market people, garage,
so when we talk about monitoring now, it starts from that system of accountability. The fact that somebody has to be responsible for taking stock for what precisely was the IGR generated.
Exactly. Have they come out to tell you how much they generated for 1 year? Have you ever heard one local government chairman tell you?
So Celestine, is it the state governor stopping them from saying how much they generate, or these revenues, do they also go back, the IGRs for the local government, do they go back to the state as well?
No, you see, that you asked a question earlier that if nothing is there, why is it that they are still going there? They are going there because of their own selfish interests, for themselves and their family. That is why they are going there. Because the head is not being transparent, what do you expect the subordinate to do? Your subordinate will sustain the non-transparency from the head to down to the grassroots. That's what is playing out. If the governors can come out goodly to be telling us, okay, you are doing activity, somebody came to commission your project, or you want to do this, the way you promote it, why is it that you don't also promote what is coming to the state? Why is it that you don't tell your citizens that you are governing that, so month, this is what has come to the state? You know, those are where the transparency comes into. By social whereby you don't disclose what is coming, you put everybody in the dark. The chairman will do the same. In this same state where we are, you see that a particular council will be clearing the media, while the other side of the council, the same area, the other council will not do anything at all.
Probably the same road.
The same road, exactly.
And then you have the boundary at the middle.
Yes, you will see that this council will not even attend, does not even care. If you like, call his or her name, it does not care. So those are the things.
So you see, this is contradicting the position you're holding already, because you look at two councils with one road, just like this table, yes. And then council A ends here, that's the boundary. Council B picks it up from here. Yes. Yes. So council A is clean.
Yes.
Sanitation, fine. Everything, yes. Up to the minute, clean. Yes. And then you get from council B, overgrown weeds, yes. And everything, yes. And you say it's the state governor.
No.
How?
The governor need to check them now, need to give the checks and balance.
So it's no longer the governor controlling and holding back the funds. That is responsible for council A performing, and the non-performance from council B.
In this same Nigeria, we have governor in River State, where I think when we're discussing River State, one of the council in River State is the Warri local government. The local government chairman, Agnostic or something, did a partnership with NDDC, a market of 500 million naira in partner, meaning that the counterpart fund of that project, Warri local government will bring 50%, which is 250 million. While NDDC will bring the other fund of 250 million, make it 500 million. I bet you in this state where we are, no council chairman can dare award a project of 50 to 100 million naira. No one.
Let me come to Comrade Obule. Our time is fast spent. We're still looking at how resultful impact could be. What's the way to move this conversation forward and change the narrative? Now, active citizen participation is a tenet of democracy. The local governments have people who are residents who are from that place. Do you think that they have a role to play in the state of the local government administration presently when it comes to performance, actively being part of it or not?
Of course, they have a role to play, because they are the one to checkmate whatever that is going on. We have the councillors there who are supposed to also do the same. But today, I don't know what I will use to describe them. In those days, a councillor can impeach a city local government chairman if he fails to perform. Yes. But today, it's loyalty is the top of the game.
Is what?
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
Yeah, if you are not loyal.
Okay, but then
if you are not loyal, or maybe you are not in support of the chairman, the next thing you do, they sideline you. And
no, beyond the councillors, what about the people, the residents, the citizens?
Have less.
Because we have seen occasions where projects are awarded to indigents of a particular community. A classroom, block of classroom, for instance. That person, the contractor, is from that community. May not even reside there, but is from that place by paternal or maternal the relationship. Is from that place, and then you go there, you see the project is you see substandard execution, substandard materials are being used for someone who is from that place. Is that the councillor, the chairman, or the governor that's responsible for that kind of job?
That one, the fault is from the engineers that supervise the project. I am a contractor. If I'm being given a project, I have people who supervise me. So if I'm doing any project, they should be able to tell me that this thing is not right. I should use this one. For example, I did a project recently, and the governor marked it as #1.
Okay, oh, you are going to pay for that advert.
No, I'm not
Let's move on. Let's move on.
It's in, and that
For
project,
those people.
no, excuse me, and that project is in my own community.
And you are okay.
Are you getting my
there,
point?
okay.
I told them I'm doing this project because I'm from here. So if they give you a job and you are from that area and you don't want to do it well, you are indirectly bringing more less development to the community. You are not making them to be viable, because that project is supposed to bring development to the place.
All right.
So if you are not doing it, you are also doing yourself.
All right.
So
Looking
it
at
is not the local government, neither whoever that give you the project. It is the fault of you and the people that supervise that project. So every project must be supervised by
so that's we're going back
who are
to the
concerned.
monitoring.
Yes,
that's what
proper
is
monitoring.
key. So Celeste, as we wind up, if we look elsewhere outside the shores, this system also, you know, is practiced. If you look at the county level outside, and maybe the system of government we are practicing presidential, as it seems, is the same thing in America, but then we're not getting results for this. So people have called for the total overhaul or scrapping of the system. What's your take on it?
No, we cannot scrap the local government system. Rather, some people are even clamoring for more council, just like they are clamoring for more states because of the imbalance, so to speak, about the whole system. We cannot scrap it. What we should do is to make it more viable, make it more better by granting autonomy to local government. We have to grant autonomy to local government, and the governors need to allow that bill of amendment to pass through. That's why my own the challenge for local government administration in Nigeria are the governors.
The governors are they the lawmakers at the same time? Talking about
they give directive now. The governors give directive. Why is it that it doesn't fly? Whenever it comes to any of the states, it doesn't fly.
All right,
the only state it flies was some state in the north.
Thank you very much. I've been told to wind this off. We just must hold it right here. But we've been talking the impact of local government administration in Nigeria, where resource persons of divergent views, one has said that, well, the governors have a hold over the local government chairman, and that's impacting on the state of local government administration we're having in the 774 local governments in Nigeria today. That they need, Celestine Uka is of the opinion that we need total autonomy for the local government chairman to perform. Comrade Francis Obule, on the other hand, has said that corruption is the bane of the state of local government administration in Nigeria, that the monies in the system in the local government today is more than what was when local government were performing excellently. That what has been the difference, it's corruption, the fact that people are self-aggrandizing, the fact that you see a local government chairman with a fleet of cars and there is underdevelopment, sanitation is poor and everything there, that when all of these are brought there, we have an overhaul of the system and then things would work. Then they have advocated a monitoring system where people are held accountable and responsible for projects delivered. We've been speaking with Comrade Francis Obule, JP, MD from Bule Nigeria Limited. Thank you for being here this
Thank you for having me.
We also have with us on Political Arena today, Comrade Celestine Uka, is a senior correspondent with the Fresh Angle newspaper. Celestine, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Christy Jahuayenko, it's my name, asking you to join us again on Wednesday, Political Arena, around 3 days a week on Delta Rainbow Television, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So look forward to the Wednesdays edition. See you next time. Many thanks for being there.